Hey, Chef Bridget here with Fresh from Florida, and I have the perfect summertime soup for you. This paired with a side salad is a perfect lunch or a dinner, and the really cool thing is mushrooms are in season all year long. Come on back and we'll start cooking. So for this recipe, it's mushroom bisque. You can go to followfreshfromflorida.com to find out the ingredients and go along step by step to cook. But I have a mixture of shiitake, button mushrooms, and oyster mushrooms. This oyster mushroom, the end here is a little fibrous. It's not very appetizing, so we're gonna just kind of chop that off, and you'll see these oyster mushrooms just fall right apart. And for the soup, you don't need to just give them a rough chop. No big deal there. With the shiitakes, you take that stem off and stack them. And again, just a rough chop. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. And here's some canola oil going in. You use vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever you got. I'm gonna add canola oil and butter. So we're gonna let that melt for a minute, come together, and then we're gonna go straight in with our onions and get those sauteing. And next we're going in with our garlic. I think the recipe calls for 2 to 3 cloves, but you use as much or as little as you want. All right, so now we're gonna go in with our mushroom blend. Again, you use, if you have just one type of mushroom, then you use that. But if you have a blend, go ahead and use your blend of mushrooms. And so now we're gonna sprinkle in 2 to 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And this is just gonna help the soup or the bisque thicken up a little bit. The beauty of this recipe is you make it your own. I'm going strictly vegan today. So I'm going in with liquid aminos and my vegetable broth. And I'm gonna stir the whole time that I'm pouring that in, because remember, we have that flour in there and we don't want it to clump up. Feel free to use half and half or heavy cream, milk, whatever you want. Or you could even leave it out and leave it dairy-free and plant-based cream-free, but I'm not. All right, so this soup has cooked for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's reduced slightly. I've turned the heat onto low, and with my immersion blender, I'm going to blend right here in this pot. All right, so we have the finished product. I'm pairing it with a simple side salad. You pair it with whatever you want. If you want to use this as an appetizer to a dinner, that'd be great too. I sauteed some mushrooms that I had left over and mixed in with some parsley, and I'm gonna use that as a garnish. You can feel free to use sour cream or maybe even some truffle oil or popcorn. The kids would like that. That'd be a neat garnish. And yeah, go to followfreshfromflorida.com for this recipe and many more like it, and happy cooking.